and then we have a that means the architect. So CCNA is a basic things. Okay. So in the few years back, so we have a different flavors of the CCNA exam. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
okay. So for example, inside the networking we have a different flavors. Okay. One is routing and switching. Okay. So routing and switching is a separate domain. Wireless is a separate domain. Security is a separate domain, and in data center we have, then automation we have, and we have other sectors as well. So few other things is there. Okay, few years back, they are providing the different certification. They have a dedicated exam for CCNA routing and switching, and then they have a dedicated exam for CCNA security. Then we have a dedicated exam for CCNA wireless and data centers, etc. Now, 2 to 3 years back, they are club the certification. That means a one or two club certification into the one single domain. For example, if you are go for the CCNA now, okay, you will learn about routing and switching. Then we have some basics of wireless. Then we have a basics of security, and few topics in the automation. Okay, so these are clubbed into only one certification. Okay. Now also we have some dedicated exam for data centers and voice, and then dedicated for AI, I guess, automation and all, machine learning. So that's a different things. But here we have seen about these kind of things like routing and switching, security, wireless, etc. Automation. So this is all about the certification part. Okay. So if you are going for the certification, you need to go for some in person view center. So you need to go to the in person. So you can give the certifications. It's around $300, I guess. So for the certification part. So this is all about the certifications. So any doubts so far?
Um, yeah, it was good to know how the journey of certifications evolved. Uh, what would be the path for me if I were to try to get a job in as a network engineer? Starting from CNA, that would be the basic, right? Would that be enough to secure a job, or I would have to do some other certifications as well apart from CCNA?
Okay, CCNA is good enough to get the certificate. That means it'll be good enough to get a job in networking. It depends. See, for example, I'm not well understanding in the US market, but if you are in India, I'll say for example, I can say, so you already have a different domains experience, right? You already have a or this as from your resume, like I can see you have something in SQL and something in Python and something in other different domains, like. So once you're done with the CCNA, so when you're applying for the job, networking, so you can get a job. So that is no issues, because you are going to study like all the concepts, so whatever we are going to what we are going in this covered in the CCNA, the same thing we are going to have in the CCNP, and then also CCIE is also the same thing. But the thing is depth. CCNA you will understand some basics. CCNP something like a advanced level. CCIE is like a expert level. So you will so that is a fear, that is a transition. But the topic wise, okay, CCNA, CCNP, CCIE 90 to 80 to 90% will be same thing. Okay, so some concepts will be new, but the depth of the concept will be increased. That's all. Okay, so if you're like a 2 years or 3 years experience in IT, okay, when you're trying to get a job, so they will ask you the questions, like for example, what is the basic things, so what is this topic, and what is TCP, and what is port number, this kind of basic question they will ask. So you can secure the job within the CCNA concepts. Okay, whatever we are going to learn here, so you can secure the job, number one. So if you are in like 5 years or 10 years of experience, for example, I'm saying, so that time you are trying to get a job in the networking, the question should be like a some depth level. So what is how the packet will flow from here to there? What is the routing protocols? How the routing will be shared. So some scenario based question will be there. Okay. So it depends. Okay. So as a fresher for the networking industry, you can secure a job. That's not an issue. Because why I'm saying that? See, so whenever I start my field, for 1 or 2 years, I have been in the voice engineers. Okay, that means a Cisco voice. Okay, but I am fond of routing and switching. Okay, so the 2 years experience, if I'm change my resume into the completely into the voice, I will get the interview calls in the voice only. Okay, so voice engineer, VoIP engineer, IP telephony, something like I can get every time I will get that particular field. So what I did, so I'll change my resume into everything into the routing and switching. I'll change my domains, everything. I am not working. So it's as per the resume, I'm not working in the VoIP. I already got 2 years experience in the routing and switching. So the question should be something different. So what kind of work you are done? So what is this part? So some from basic to intermediate level question they will ask. So that time, what I need to do, I need to prepare for that. So not only like a basic thing, what is TCP, what is UDP. So what I not only the definition, I need to understand how that things actually work, something like that. So you need to prepare for that. Okay. So first of all, you need to understand. See, if you're the interview panel taking as your fresher, then the salary would be different. Correct. So for 1 or 2 years of experience, they will give some amount of the salary, and for the freshers, some amount. This some amount will be different. So you need to prepare for that. You only better understanding the US market, like so US job market. So because in India, I can say like so this is how it should be happen. So if they treat like a fresher, CCNA is more than enough to get a job. If you are looking for some experience role like a 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, then the question should be like a basic to intermediate level. Then you need to prepare for that. That means the concept is same. Okay, whatever we are going to the concept is same everywhere. Okay, but they will ask like a scenario based questions. So that is also we are going to learn here. That is not an issue or okay, but the question will be different from one to another. So there is some scenario based question should be there. That's all.
Okay.
Okay. So any other doubts?
No, I think I'm fine. With regards
Okay.
to, yeah.
So So now let me go to the syllabus. Okay, so what we are going to follow in this throughout this journey. So let me share you things. One second. Just let me know once you see my screen.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, so this is the CCNA syllabus.
Yeah.
Okay, so CCNA the Cisco so frame like so from the basics to something like an intermediate level. So since okay, so whoever is preparing for the CCNA, okay, Cisco will think like they are the very fresher. That means they don't know anything about the networking and all. So they start with this network fundamentals. Okay, so what is happening in the network fundamentals? What we are going to cover in the network fundamentals? So inside the network fundamentals, we are going to learn what are the devices we are using. So inside the networking, okay, what is the purpose of the device? So these are the how so what are the models, etc. So then we are going for the architectures, like so every domains or every technology you take, like there is some architecture should be there. Okay, so what are the architecture we are following here? So that's we are going to cover here. Then basics of subnetting, IP address, and errors. So these are some very basic concepts. Okay, so everything will be here in the first unit. Okay, it's a very basics. Okay, everyone need to understand. Not only the network engineers, everyone need to understand. Okay, and that's what we are going to cover in the first unit. Okay, once we have done with this first unit, you will get understanding of, so the overview of the networking. Okay, how the things actually work. Okay, what is the data centers, what is the actually the network engineer role. So inside the one company. Okay, what is the what is the roles and responsibilities of the network engineers, you will get to know. Number one. So once we are done with this network fundamentals, then we'll move into the network access. Okay, access is nothing but it's a layer two concept. So inside the networking, we have two main devices. One is router, and one is switch. Okay, this firewalls, other devices, all additional add-on things. Okay, so routers and switches is the most important concept. So in this second unit, so we are going to learn about the switching concept inside the LAN communication. What the so in the switch, what we are going to do? What are the features we have? How to configure the things. So this all we are going to learn. Okay. So first unit is completely theory part. Okay. But from the second unit, we have the mostly 75 to 80% of practical part. Everything we need to go in the practical. So wherever you are seeing the configure and very configure and repair, then that's the lab part. We need to do in the lab. So once we are done with this now second unit, okay, then we will go for the IP connectivity. So IP connectivity is nothing but it's a hard part of this whole networking. That means the connection between the different networks. Okay. So routing part. Okay. So inside the routings we have a different technology. What we can do in the router and what are the features we have. Okay. How to enable the routing between the one company to another company. So how the internet is actually working. So everything we are going to learn in the IP connectivity. Okay. So from the first unit to third unit, okay, once we cover, okay, you will have some basics overview of the whole networking. Okay. So once we step into the fourth unit, okay, so since first three unit is the basics, I can say like a fourth unit is the next step of this networking. Okay, that means the second step. So it's kind of something like advanced concept, not like a rocket science and all. So everything will be now that means simple only, but it's we can consider as a next step of this networking. So it's a day-to-day use of the network engineer. So first three unit, okay, that is also day-to-day use. That's not a thing, but that is one-time configuration. Whatever we are doing in this first three unit, okay, that's a one-time configuration. But when you coming to the fourth unit, a day-to-day you will get a ticket or you will get a work say this any company. So that is we are going to see in the fourth unit. Okay. Then last, fifth unit, we have the security fundamentals. So as I said, okay, it's a basics of, it's a club of multiple certifications. CCNA routing switching, security, wireless. Okay, wireless you will get some topics in every unit. Okay, but fifth unit is dedicated for the security. Okay, so some basics of the security concepts and how to enable the VPN, then how to protect our data centers. So this kind of what are the attacks we make it inside the network data centers. So this so how to mitigate that. So everything we are going to learn in the fifth unit. Okay. And last one is sixth unit is the automation. So automation in the sense of it's again it's not like a programming and all. Okay, it's we can say like a DevOps things. Okay, how the automation, how the that particular framework is actually work inside this networking industry. So we are going to learn. So this is how the Cisco frame the CCNA. Okay, there is a six topics we have. Okay. when you're going for the exam, it will have some around 75 to 100 questions. That means everything is a multiple choice question. One or two labs will be there. So other than everything is a multiple choice questions. So you can expect like 75 to 100 questions. The weightage is already there. Okay, for example, automation programmability, we can expect like a 10% of the question. So that's all.
Okay.
So this is how they frame the syllabus. Okay. So everything again, I am saying first unit only the theory part, and six also is mostly the theory part. Other than that, second, third, fourth, fifth, all the four units we have a lab as well. So how to configure the lab? So how we are using the lab here? Okay. So there is a two things. Is one is Cisco packet tracer. Okay. So Cisco Packet Tracer is a simulator. Okay. We can configure all its Cisco Packet Tracer is good enough to practice all the concepts inside the CCNA. Okay. Or if you have some highly spec laptops, then we can go for the EVNG as well. So what is the difference between these two platforms? Okay. Cisco Packet Tracer is just like a plug and play method. Okay. Once you install the application, you can use sorry. So Cisco Packet Tracer's application it's a simulator application. Okay, so you can once you can install, you can use all the things. Like let me show you. Okay, so the routers, the firewalls, and switches and other devices, everything is a pre-built. Okay, so everything is there. Okay, so we can easily use that particular tools to practice ourselves. Number one. Then what is the disadvantage of the Cisco Packet Tracer? So as I said, Cisco Packet Tracer is good enough to practice the CCNA, but when you are practicing some advanced concept like for the CCINP level or CCIE level, okay, some features will not enable in the Cisco Packet Tracer. One second. Okay, so this is a simulator. You can see here there is some routers, some switches, is cables, everything is available. We can easily configure and we can practice. Okay, but the thing is, some advanced features it's not available inside the Cisco packages. For that purpose, we have go for the EVNG platform. Okay, but what is the drawback in the EVNG? Number one, the system specification. So whenever you are adding the more devices, then your system also needed such space. Okay, you need to have some high core. First of all, the core matters. Then RAM matters. Um, Okay, storage are all the secondary. Okay, so this two is actually matters. And the second disadvantage is it should that EVNG or GNS that means two applications. It should not have a devices on its own. So if you need to download the OS file, okay, from internet, then you need to install. Okay, I will show you in the upcoming classes. I already have a EVG, but it will take us some time to start the system and all. So I will show you in the upcoming classes. Okay. So that is the thing. So you need to download the every OS file. For example, let me show you. So inside these routers, we have a multiple routers: 4331, 1841, 1941, so etc. etc. But when you're going to that particular another application, so for example, if you need to use an 1841 router, that means 1841 is a model, then you need to download the iOS file from the internet. Okay, then you need to install. Okay. So in that internet, what happened is there is so much of file it should be there, but most of the time, 99%, 99.9% is a something like a false software, like so cracked or something. It should not work. Okay. Then you need to again, then you need to search for that. You need to download. Then you need to install. Then you need to fix. So that is some long process. It will take some 3 to 4 days or more than that. Okay, for installing one devices. Then for that, so you need to search, you need to get that one file, and you need to install, and you need to try to fix. If it's working, then it's fine. If it's not working, then it's a issue. Otherwise, you need to go for some amount is that one website is dynamite is. Okay, so they are providing the some collection, the some bundle. Okay, they will charge like $100, I guess. Not sure on that. So they will give you the exact files. This so we can easily install. So but for now, I can say EVNG is not okay. It's $150. $150. So EVNG is not required now. Okay, since you are practicing the advanced concept, then only you need to have the EVNG or the simulators. So now we can very comfortable or very good enough to use a Cisco packet tracer. Okay, so if you have a laptop, I just want you to install the Cisco packet tracer in upcoming classes. That's the one thing. So that's all about this lab. So we can do all our labs in the Cisco packet tracer. On issues, not an issue on that. So most of them is so lab part and theory is also completed. And any other doubts you have like in about the class, exams, anything?
Yes. So how long will this course take?
Okay, so as per the frame, so 40 hours, 45 hours is a class, but we don't have any time restriction here. So, yeah, for example, if you can learn the things, whatever I said in the very first time, you can learn the things in that case. So it will take like a 40 to 45 hours. So some students will take some long time, like they need to understand. So since they are the freshers, they don't know anything in the sense of the networking. So it will take some time to explain every concept. So it will go for like a 50 to 55 hours also. Okay, so 40 to 55 hours based on the uh, classes the depth we are going to take. So 40, that's how we take. It's based on the students again. Okay, we don't have any time restrictions here. Okay, the only thing is we need to complete the syllabus, and I need to prepare for. I need to. So that means I need you to prepare for the exams and all. Some students will ask for that specifically for exam. Some students will specifically ask for the interview purpose. So based on that, I will prepare for that,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
so that is the things.
Yeah. I think some people will ask for knowledge as well. Some people asking for
Correct.
interview. Some people asking for exam. Some people asking for knowledge as well.
Correct. So why I say the different things? For example, interview and exam is both are very different. Okay, why I'm saying interview, the panel will ask the concept, but exam part they are not. That question should not be the straightforward. Okay, for example, I can say TCP is the one concept means if I am the interview panel, okay, I will ask what is TCP, how it is actually work. But question from the exam perspective, they will not straightforward question. So they will ask some scenario, or if the question should be like a twisted, like all the four answers. Okay, if it's a multiple choice questions, you have four options to select. All the four options should be right. Okay, you need to choose one of the best answer. Okay, and the question will also something like a trick question, not a straightforward. Okay, then you need to read twice or thrice before you answer, and also you need to choose the best answer. So that is will happen only if you take a multiple practice exam.
Okay.
Okay, we have a dumps. Okay, but I'm not. That's not a current dumps. Okay, it's having something like a 400 questions. Okay, uh, 400 to 500 something. Okay, so you can practice on that, number one. And if you wish, you can take some Udemy the practice exam questions, like they will have around 5 to 6 exams. Each exam will have 100 questions, I guess. So you will take that particular practice exam question as well. Then you can appear for the exam. That would be good. Or else, if once you complete the course and then you directly go for the exam, then it will be difficult. Okay.
Okay.
So practice exam needed. So anything
Yeah,
else?
so
I guess.
you've been teaching for like about 4 5 years, you said, right, with the FITA. So, what about the class notes and recorded lessons?
Okay. See, notes I will provide. Okay. Already have all units notes. Okay. One by one I will provide you once you end of the particular unit. I will provide you the notes. Okay. That's not a problem. But I will say, note is for the additional one. Okay. Just take the handwritten notes. Okay. That would be better because whatever we are discussing in the class. So when you have a handwritten notes, that would be more enough as per my suggestion. Okay, but I also provide the notes. That is, again, the whole overall notes is I'll get it from. I'll just consolidate from the different sources like internet, book, or something like that. Okay, but handwritten notes always prefer number one. I also provide the notes. Okay, class recordings. See, so since this is a one-to-one classes, so I'll record and then I'll send. It will take some unnecessary things. So you can record your classes. There is no issues on that because the one-to-one. You can use a snipping tool or some other application to record the session. So that is not my that's not an issue from here. So you can record it yours. So
Okay.
if there isn't any issue with the recording, I will provide the recording.
Okay. Like,
Okay.
how will you provide?
So
Like, I don't understand that. Like, you will record from your end?
yes.
Okay. So, what about the preparation for uh, the exam, taking via classes versus reading the book? Like, I see the book the for CCNA, it's like 2 volumes, thick books. So, do you why 60 hours of video classes will be enough when the book content is so huge?
Okay. Book content is so when you take like a TCP or for example, okay, book there is a so much of concepts will be there. See why it's a very earlier part like what is that what is before the TCP one then what is the TCP then what is advantage disadvantage A to Z will be there in the book.
Okay.
Okay, but as an interview per se, as a concept wise, okay, for the work per se, we don't need that. Those are all the concepts. Okay. So that we can what we need, so we can cover it in the class. Number one. And also book is okay, but why we don't read those all the things in the time, right? Like for example, so if you read the whole things, you don't know understand what is important, what is required, and what is not required. Okay, so different things is there. So classes, yes, the 60 hours class or the 50 to 55 hours class is enough to complete the syllabus. Okay, so I will teach you like what you needed in the real time. Okay, so the questions, the interview panel questions will not go away like whatever we discussed in the class. 99, 95 to 99% the question should be same. Whatever we are teaching here, that should more than enough to clear the interview. Okay, I will provide you the interview questions as well. Like I'll prepare something like 100 question, I guess. Apart from that 100 question, the question should not never go away in the interview panel. Okay, exams I already said you right. The question should not be the straightforward, but we are whatever we are discussed here is conceptual wise. So question should not be like only the conceptual wise. It should be like some we have some twisted question is that okay options is also the should be tricky. So that is you can get it from the practice exam.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes
Any
sense.
other doubts?
No, actually, what's the cost of the course exam? Like you said, $300, and is it only one exam? Right now, I was taking CompTIA A plus. I think it has two exams. After clearing two exams, you will get the certification. So, do you have two exams or
Yeah.
one exam here for from Cisco?
So, okay, from the CCNA, there is a only one exam. So if you have cleared one exam, that costs $300. Uh, if I'm
And
not wrong. So you can get certification.
okay,
So if you are planning for something like advanced certification, okay, the CCNP is the next level of certification. In the CCNP, we have a two exam. Okay, you need to clear the two exam. One is for the core and one is for the specialization. And CCIE is completely lab. Okay, whatever you are studying, you can take like a CCNP is a theory part and CCIE is a lab part. So the same concepts, but CCNP you need to clear the two exam and CCIE only one. Okay, but it's completely lab. It's like a 6 hours exam, I guess. But it's completely lab.
okay,
So then we have a CC org. So CC org is also different. So CCIE would be enough for the expert level. Expert level. Yeah, that is how. That's how it should be. So for the CCNE, precisely for CCNA, it's a only one exam. Okay, most of it's a theory. That means multiple choice questions. One lab you can accept. One or two lab extract. That's all.
okay. And regarding your students teach, like what's your success rate if you were to teach like 10 students or 100 students? How many like clear exams?
Okay, so few students will come back to me like so they ask for that exams, practice downs and all. But I'm not following for the exam because we are the Vita is not a train. That means a exam center. Okay, so they will do the exam privately. Okay, after the course they may take the exam like after 6 months, after 1 year. So that is all their wish. Okay, so we are not following that. So some students will come back to me like so I clear the CCNA. Sometimes they will get once they get a job they will inform me, but most of the time it should not happen. So after the course, very few students will keep in touch with me. Otherwise, most of the students they will have their own way. So
Okay,
that depends.
okay,
Because once I take that okay, so if you ask me how many students is passing the exam, I can say like as per my knowledge, three students is clear the exam CCNA while providing the dumps and practice exam. Few students will go for appear for exams, but in a different way that we cannot discuss. So that's a difference. Yes.
okay. Can we do our sessions in such a way that we are also, kind of preparing for the exam while doing the lecture base? So, for example, I'm thinking instead of me attending all the 2 months lectures and then coming and then getting prepared for the exam, instead of that, side by side, if we do the preparation for the exam, it will be better, because I don't want to write the exam by doing any of the other stuff. I know that, so I want to actually get knowledge. So no, the thing is, is that possible, or how would your suggestion be?
Okay. Exam. Okay. In that case, the most of the time you are not getting the question like a unit wise. Okay. So very few internet sources are available for that unit wise notes, but it's not coming. Most of the time, it will not come for the exams. Okay. So, if I for as per you are asking like if I go for first if I complete the first unit, okay. So if you are trying to prepare for the practice exam for only the first unit, the source will not available. Okay, so they will have a questions. Okay, like it's based on the weightage, but the question should not be in the order. Like so, this is the first unit set of questions. This is the second unit set of questions. This is third unit set of questions. Should not be there. Okay. So what will happen? For example, I can say if I complete the first unit, then you can see some questions, but that is actually from the fourth unit or third unit. Then you will not understand the question itself, right? So that is how going to that will happen. But if you wish, I can provide you the the dumps as well. Side by side, you can go for the all the dumps. Okay, if you have any doubts from the dumps, for example, so if you see some first unit questions or if you have some doubts on that, then you can ask me and I will clear your doubts in the class. Or else I will search for something. So unit by notes or unit wise questions is available or not. I will search for that and I will like
Okay, got it. Also,
because I know one website. Sorry, I know one website. So that is they are having the unit wise practice exam. But the question should be like a straightforward question. What is TCP? What is a TCP port? And very straightforward. So you may not expect all the questions will be in there in that actual exam. You
yeah,
will may get like one or two few questions, but most of the time it will not happen.
yeah, but the good thing will be like at least along with
Yes,
completing
yes.
the syllabus, I'll be up to date with the content of how much I have to this thing. So
Yes, correct.
yeah, I'll be actually looking forward to those websites as well. Okay,
Yes, yes, we can go.
all
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I think I'm good with the questions. My only concern
Okay.
that I have was with the previous with your cyber security background, because I'm actually much more interested to go in full network in pure networking side, not with the cyber security. So I wanted to align with someone who is into networking mostly. So if I were to ask you, like, why didn't you choose the networking field instead of the cyber security?
When I was in college, as everyone know, right? If you ask 10 students, which is passed out students, 10 out of 3, they will say like, I want to be the cyber security engineer by watching some movies and all, right? The
Okay.
same thing happened to me.
Okay, okay.
So that the college days, it's just like I'll say like I want to be the cyber security engineer. That's how things.
Okay.
So when I planning to join some company, so one of my mentor like says like so first learn the networking first. Like networking is the basic of cyber security. So that's so once you proficient in the networking, then it's easy to learn that cyber security. So after 2 or 3 years, you can switch to the cyber security. That would be better and all. So I joined that. I joined as a network engineer. But what happened is that COVID happened. That time that is I cannot switch to that other company 3 years I guess. So after the 3 years, when I trying to get a job from the networking itself, so that there is some issues there because the whole 3 years I'm not into the routing and switching part. So I was working in the VoIP. That means the voice, Cisco voice. Okay, so that is completely different. So that is not I'm looking for that, but that's completely different. So when I trying to get the job in the routing and switching, so few interviews, like I will give some 5 to 6 interviews, I'm not able to crack it. They are the because they are asking for too many questions in the routing and switching. So that is the issue. Then I'll change my all my resume keywords and I will prepare for that. Then once I will give the interview, one at one particular time I can able to crack that. So the whole journey will take like a 4 years. So after the 4 years, I cannot able to switch to the cyber security completely because I already depend with some salary stuffs. So if I go for the cyber security, they will treat like a freshers and the salary would be different. So that is long multiple things has happened. So so that I can change my field into the network security. Okay, so cyber security is not only the pen test something. We have a different domains inside that. So I'll change my profile into network security so that I can handle the firewalls, IPS IDs, and proxies and other stuff. So from the network security, so now I am doing the compliance part. Along with the networking, and I'm handling the networking as well. So networking plus compliance. So what I'm looking for in my future, I will just all my experience like routing, switching, compliance, cyber security, everything I will club into one thing, and I will move into the cloud. So I will planning to move my, that means I will plan to swap for the switch to the cloud security engineer, cloud network engineer, so that I will get the pay more. That's all. So sticking with the one domain is fine, and exploring the multiple related domains is a different. See, if I'm sticking the networking for 10 to 15 years, I would be expert in that field. Okay, so I will be treated as a SME, that means a subject matter expert. So that is a different part. So that is completely different. Or some engineers or some peoples will explore multiple things. Like for example, from networking to cybersecurity, or I'll say like different domains. Then cloud. From they'll work on the different domains. And once in the time, for example, after 15 years, they would be manager or something like a higher position in the whole technology. Okay, because I will say like in my previous company and all. Okay, there is some CTO, Chief Technology Officers. That particular person is worked on the different domains. Okay, because when we are in the troubleshooting calls, okay, so that is if there is any major issue, every team members will be there. So network engineer will be there, cloud engineer will be there, application team will be there. So everyone will be there, right? So if you are the SME, then you cannot be in that manager position. Why? Because everyone will tell their perspective. Or for example, if the networking perspective, I will explain this is the issue happened, this is not in our side. Okay, so the CTO need to understand that things. Okay, if they don't know that anything about the networking, then whatever I tell to them, so they need to believe that. But if they don't, they know the technology. Okay, why it is happening. Okay, so no, this is right, this is not a right thing, please check that. So everything they need to ask. So this is the different things. Okay, so that is completely the user wish. So if they want to stick into that one domain or they want to explore more domains, that is completely user
Okay,
wish.
but this is the basic from where we will start, CCNA.
Correct.
Okay, and what are your timings for the classes? Would this be the timings?
Yeah, same timing will be, because I already have some weekend batches, and after that, this timing I will be go for the office, and the stuff will be there, and this time will be fine for me.
Okay, and how are the classes being the schedule for the classes?
Yeah, yeah, this is a schedule. 1 hour is enough. Sometimes it will take like 1.5. So that means 1 hour 15 minutes sometimes, but most of the time 1 hour is enough. So 1 hour to 60 minutes to 90 minutes, I can say. Sorry, 60 to 75 something.
Okay, okay, and the days, I don't know the days.
Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday. Okay. All right. I actually liking what the content that you have showed. So just had a question like I had with the this thing with regards to your background. So currently you're working as a network engineer as a cybersecurity at where exactly? Sorry.
So I am responsible for all the two domains. Networking plus compliance. Okay, it's not a side. Actually, I can say like a actual cyber security, networking plus network security and compliance. So
So
three different domains
are you
I'm
saying
working on.
compliance?
Yes, compliance.
Okay.
Compliance is nothing but it's kind of I can say like auditing. So
Okay.
how secure our network is.
Okay.
hardening our devices,
Okay. Can I ask you about the job
vulnerability
market
management.
in India and job market in other countries, like for example, maybe Middle East? Because I'm actually trying to understand if this is a good course for me. If I were to move back, maybe to India or Middle East, because right, in America it's not much. The job market is very unstable, and H1B visa, all the drama bullshit is there. So sorry about that. I just wanted to ask the job market, like how is it in India and Middle East, if you know about it.
Okay, so Middle East, yeah, there are some more requirements for the network engineers. That means network, cyber security. More requirement is there actually. So India, I can say now currently in India, CCNA is only is not required. Already you have some exposure in Python, SQL, and all right. That would be more like that would be great because currently every interview or every role they are asking for some automation. So how what you know about this Python and other automation? So automation is it's like. It's like mandatory things nowadays. So even I'm also learning the automations, AI, etc.
So is this
So
is
that
this
is a
field like AI proof? Because if they're
sorry.
is this field like AI proof? Like, because they are trying to replace engineers with AI, right? So if you were to start this field today, is there a chance like you might be replaced?
Uh, no, I can say, but the workload will be decreased. See, before that, we need to monitor. So again, this is not something like a repetitive jobs. See, for example, if you are the developer or something or testing or something, if take like a tester, software tester, they need to test something common like so they need to start with this particular validation from A to Z. Okay, but the networking job or cyber security or storage or cloud, this is not thing something we can automate everything. So
Okay.
that is a human interruption is needed actually. So
So
because this is something we need to understand the concept. What are the user need? Okay, how to do the particular. That means how to route the traffic.
I
What are
mean,
the
AI
security
is,
we need to enable? What we need.
yeah, but AI is very intelligent and smart right now, right? It can also understand what the user needs. Why can't it do the job?
Okay, in that question, again I'm saying, see, that workload maybe it will decrease, but not a completely 100%
Okay.
without human, we
Hmm.
cannot do the networking.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay.
Like it's
For
complex
example,
at this part, at this point to be fully automated is what you're saying, right? It's too
correct.
complex. Okay.
Because the single error can lead into the whole network outage.
So, question
Okay.
is now, earlier CCNA was enough to get jobs, maybe for example, basic one. So, in current
Mm-hmm.
scenario, how has the requirements changed? Because I also want to understand how and what I should be upskilled in totality to be updated with the current market. So, what would you suggest with regards to the current market apart from
Okay, so
CCNA?
the simple current market is automation or AI would be the added advantage definitely. But they are not expecting like a AI expert like so if you are if you know like some basic things in Python or other automation. So for example, in the networking we have two other things. One is Ansible and one is Terraform.
Yes.
So if you know that basic things in that particular things, that would be more enough. Because no one can know the AI 100%. Right? See, still, if you go for any Udemy courses or any other courses, okay, that is not an actual AI course. So as per my suggestion, I will say like that is not a AI course. Okay, that is just like how to use a already some AI is there. For example, already Claude is there, ChatGPT is there. How to use the ChatGPT, how to use the Claude, how to use the Gemini, how to use the Copilot. This is the course they are offering, but that is not an actual course. That is a course to handle that. how to use that particular application. Okay, how they are developing that particular AI application. That is not a course is teaching actually, because the AI is evolving. Okay, so no one. Uh, Maybe now someone is studying the college, they will get to know, they will understand the what is AI. But already experienced people, 10 years or 15 years, they don't know what is AI at all. They just know how to use the AI. That's all. So Python or very basics in the other automation would be more. That would be enough. I can say, but
Okay.
only the CCNA is not enough now.
All right. But in networking side, I want to understand like what more is required. Like we were earlier discussing when the class started, you need to have some situational based knowledge when you are facing interviews. I mean,
Yes.
even though in you we discussed in the beginning what is the difference between an exam and interview. In an exam,
Mhm.
they will give situation and scenario based a bit twisted question, but in interview they will just ask TCP, what is that, what is that, what is that. So there's difference between that as well. But apart from CCNA, apart from networking, CCNA would be enough, or anything else also should I be required? So for example, if you were to ask me for computer science, I would say you need to know Java, you need to know Python, you need to do projects, you need to be
Correct.
this thing. So from computer science, software developer point, I would say this, like what is the answer with regards to networking?
Okay. So, what is your total experience now?
So right now I
That
have like about I would say 7 years of experience, 5 years of working in as a supply chain, and I was employed with college as well while I was working. So if you count that, it's 7 years.
okay.
But it
So,
is
if
not.
you
But
are
it is not in networking. It is in another field. But I am in. I think I'm in networking. I can be a fresher, but I can adjust the resume. That's not a problem.
okay, that is that's why I'm learning. So, if you are looking for some role as a
Yes.
network engineer,
Yes.
you will treat you as a fresher or experienced.
So are you asking this question?
Yes, yes. See,
I would want to.
if you are
So
looking.
in the current US market, there are a lot of experienced people. So I have to enter as an experienced person, because a lot of people are
Okay.
already there as freshers. So a lot of people are already there which are experienced and not getting placed. So I will have to enter as a experienced only. So I need some experience
Okay.
knowledge.
So, since you already have a 7 years of experience and
Yes.
5 years in the different domain,
Yes.
that means a different field,
Yes.
and 2 years would be in the IT, correct?
I would say yes, because in college I was working in some IT kind of role as well. So you can say that.
Okay. So this, so if you are change your resume like 2 years you are working in something like a networking,
Correct. I can do that.
then you will expect a question. That means from the interview per se, I will say like you will expect a question for like a conceptual wise enough. Okay, but if you are looking for that more than 4 years or more than 5 years, the question will be completely different. It should be like a scenario based. Okay, so that scenario based only come up with the actual experience.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
see,
Got it. So
if you are in the
yeah.
if
So
you are in the troubleshooting call, or if you are in the some deployment call, then only you will get to understand that. Okay, so but 2 years or 1 years, so they are also like a fresher. Okay, they will not be in the much into the troubleshooting call, so they will ask like a conceptualize. Okay, what is TCP, why we need to use a TCP, and what is the difference between the TCP and UDP. So this kind of questions you can expect. Okay, for the 2 years of experience, I can say. So, but if you are planning to enter as a 7 years of experience, then it's very you need to clip off well actually. So you need to go for much. The question should be something like a more scenario based and more um, real time basis.
okay. Got it. All right, I think I've gotten a good overview of how the things will happen. I think we can start the session from tomorrow if you are available.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Thanks for the session today. I think I have all my questions answered.
Okay, Mr. Okay, so we'll look forward to have a class on tomorrow the same time.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
currently in Texas. If you have not been told, so I think for me, I will be joining here at around 8:30 p.m. So just a heads up for you.
yeah, okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let's
So,
meet tomorrow then. Okay.
sure. Bob.
So I think for you,
My
sorry,
name
you were
is
saying something.
Rohit.
Sorry, you were saying something.
No, no, I'll just say yes, okay. I'll
Okay.
just ask Markesh.
Yeah, yeah. For I think
Hey, Surya, are
for
you
you,
there?
yes, for you it will be 7 p.m. 7 a.m. For me it will be
Yeah.
8:30 p.m. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. See you tomorrow then.
Okay, Bob.
Okay. Bye.